Greetings and welcome to the annual Versies Awards, where we, the Ringerverse family, have summoned a great grandfather worm and traveled right from the 97th Academy Awards to this equally meaningful and relevant awards show where we gather in our fancy clubs and drink our fancy wine, just like Oz Cobb would want, and we hand out our fictional awards that we all made up. Cheers. Cheers. The Midnight Boys are here.
La Familia.
Van, Jomi, Steve, Charles, Palsavar is here. Woo! We don't have a special sound effect, just like a whoop. Whoop. Joe, Mal, Mint Edition is here.
Apples.
Jomi and Steve get a second intro. Woo! Guys, this is the fifth time that we've done the Versies.
This is
What is that can't be true.
The fifth annual Versies.
That can't be true.
Fifth time, I wrote it down. Here you go. Here are the prior times we've done the Versies. We did an MCU Versies in June of 2021. We did the 2021 Versies in March of 2022. The 2022 Versies in December of 2022. We've been all over the map. No coherent calendar. And then we did the 2023 Versies in March of 2024. But what makes this special? Who knows?
Hey.
We're all in person.
Hell yeah.
Hey.
Here we are.
Going
This
out.
is the first time that we have done the Versies in person, and so while we did not walk the red carpet, I do feel compelled to ask if anyone would like to talk about their outfits.
Chuck, what are you wearing? Jomi, what are you wearing?
This is Venom Old Navy. It was $14.99 on Instagram, but use a coupon.
Whoa, no
got
free
it for
ads.
$9. Yeah, what are you talking
Boy,
about?
no free ads.
Oh, my fault. What are you wearing, my boy?
Come on.
Grover.
No, I can't.
Hoji
Here, if y'all want to
Yamamoto.
dress me, this is a good time on the Versies. If anybody wants to send me free clothes, I will plug you shamelessly. I'm so serious.
Oh, so you're doing the Timothée Chalamet, I'm going to need a check.
Come on.
I'm good.
baby.
That was one of the best things he
Timmy,
said.
what a run. What a fashion run from Timmy.
Yeah.
You're competing, though.
Hell no.
You are.
That is a brilliant blue right there.
Thank
I
you.
love it.
Also,
Sensational.
Steve, how does it feel?
Oh, it's very soft.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very soft. It's almost like I
Wonderful.
could play a game of pool on this coat.
Wow.
Okay. All right. In addition to us just sort of like lightly touching and complimenting each other, here's
Roll
how
for light
today's show will work. Each Ringerverse host will be presenting an award of their own design. These are made-up categories. It is basically just a story bond. You know, all of us went individually into the Dragon Mount and forged a bond with a dragon and also a piece of content that we loved, and then we made up an award. We're each going to present that award, and then we're going to walk through the nominees that we are providing. 5 nominees per category. I believe one person did not adhere to that number.
That me?
Might have been.
Wait. Oh, no.
not naming
I
names.
put one in at the end.
Okay.
Damn. How not I know,
Shot
man.
clock
Look at that.
cheese.
That was a cold little, eye turn. Because you were looking at me and I was like, what did I do?
I will
And
say
was
it always does
like-
make me feel good because Arjuna is like, yo, put your shit in, Charles. And then I'm like, at least I'm second to last because I saw Van use the last holdout.
You know what? We're all ready by the
Arjuna
time the
tell you?
mics goes on.
Put
go
that
on.
shit in,
That's how it
Charles.
works.
Jesus.
Some double entendres will also be a part of today's show.
Not even 5 minutes in.
And that is part of the fun. Okay, what is eligible? All of the nominees, we're hooking this to the Oscars, right? So all of the nominees are going to come from 2024. We're doing it in March of 2025 because the Oscars were on Sunday. We don't know what day this is airing, so we're going to say this week, sometime this week. We're going to toss to our fellow Dragon Riders here for input. Anybody can offer up an additional nomination. If you think that the creator of a given category really missed something, you're welcome to suggest that in addition to providing your feedback on the nominations in question. However, it is ultimately like the sole arbiter of each award is the person who created the category. They're not going to pick one of the real-time nominees, but they could be swayed by the conversation. Maybe you came in and you thought, I know which of these 5 I'm picking, and then your mind has changed right here in real time. We'll find out. Okay, we also have at the end of the show today a few other awards that are a little bit more like fastball down the middle. We're going to talk about some of the best shows, best movies, top performances of the year, and we just really want to spend more time in this room together. That's why we're doing that. So Any questions before we
Charles
begin?
getting cozy.
Damn, we gonna be here for a while. Shit.
Snuggle
Feet
up.
on the shoes on the
Shit,
this is
I know
crazy.
Spotify. They got good cleaners. Fuck
Man,
that
what happened to
shit.
manners, man?
They got good cleaners.
That's
Questions,
nuts.
comments, concerns
Not at all.
about how we will be conducting today's Versies Awards. No confirmation on whether John Lithgow is here to play us off stage, so we're going to probably have to just hurry each other
Yeah,
along
but don't pull no
if any of
Adrian
us
Brody.
go too long.
I will kick you off the stage.
Nobody throw your gum. Did you see he did that?
Yeah, I saw that.
Of all the people,
Wild.
Why
All
couldn't you
the
put the
things
gum
wild.
in the pocket?
could have
was
done
my
anything
thing.
with
Exactly.
that gum.
Yeah,
It's a fancy tux, I guess, but even
I'll
so.
just be honest with you. Every time he wins an Oscar, he does something totally inappropriate. I was old enough
Would
to
you not
remember.
simply swallow the gum? In
I
normal
guess if you're
circumstances, I
about to
wouldn't.
give the speech, you'd be nervous about it
Yeah.
getting stuck.
Why couldn't he put it?
know.
Kelly Murphy's like, yo, give me the
Yeah.
envelope real quick.
Yeah,
it could
yeah.
have been a ball in
I would put it
wouldn't
under
do
my
that.
own Oscar.
Yeah.
Under the
I think
Oscar?
that's the thing. He didn't
Yeah,
want to
stick
get
it to the
with
Oscar.
the
Yeah.
Oscar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
then you
don't
could have
know.
fixed the Oscar to various surfaces throughout the night. We've solved it. Okay. Guys, it is time for our first award of this here Versies. Please welcome to the stage the podcaster without whom no coven is complete.
Oh,
Joanna
well,
Robinson.
it's me. Hi.
What do you got?
To be here in person with all of you. I'm starting us off with a totally normal category, which will let you know which direction we're going in today, which is a weird one. I'm starting with Witchiest Moment. We talked about a lot of witch stuff in 2024. Witch stuff go. So I thought I'd float some witch moments by you all to see what you think. There's that time, I don't know if you remember, that a witch called Alice Rivers werewood roofied Daemon Targaryen into dreaming that he's fucking his mom in House of the Dragon.
Yes.
I'll never forget.
That's the thing that happened.
What a sequence.
Yeah. I mean,
That whole little Damon era was crazy.
yeah.
Yeah.
I really tried to forget
I'm going to
that.
go back and watch Hot D again.
A coven in the Acolyte took control of an entire Wookiee's mind.
The power
was
of
cool.
many.
That was cool.
Lilia Calderu time slips her way to her death and Agatha all along.
Oh.
A lot of witch stuff in that show, but that was time in a bottle, incredible times. I know the Midnight Boys loved Wicked. Elphaba defies the mutual attraction between all things that have mass in Wicked. And last but not least, Lady Jessica uses and abuses both Spice and the voice to put her son on the Imperial throne in Dune Part 2.
Crowded field.
Mallory Rubin.
Oh, I mean, come on. You know I'm going with Daemon. Daemon Targaryen, werewood pace, fever dreamed, eating out his own mom. As she said to him, you were always the
That's
strong
what
one.
happened.
You always was the strong one.
That's my vote.
Great, Charles.
No further comment.
You know me, fucking Wicked got robbed last night. You know what I'm saying? The Academy Awards might not want it to defy gravity, but my heart has been defying gravity ever since sharing a nice podcast with my boys, Wicked.
Are you going to give us the riff? Can you give us the Defying Gravity?
Defying gravity. Oh,
That's enough.
all right.
We sung it
was
on
pretty
the
good.
podcast.
I know. I just wanted
I
an
need
I thought
encore.
it was honestly stirring.
Thank you.
Our musical performance of the Versies today. Thank you
We
so
don't
much,
have
Charles.
six
We're not
more.
gonna
Wait,
pause.
just
We're gonna
one-
pause for a James Bond
No
retrospective.
one wants to do a James Bond rap?
Anyone want to do a song for the Wiz? We could do two songs
Also,
for
what was
the Wiz.
Doja Cat doing? Doja Cat was doing a little,
Trying to do a thing, bro.
doing a little too much.
Steven.
When it comes to witchy stuff, for me, I like the weirder the better. And stewing up rabbits and making people have lucid dreams about their moms is pretty weird. So
You like
I would
weirder
go
what?
hot D.
You like the
Weirder the better.
Yeah, of course. Yes, Steve.
Again, fucking his own mom in his dream, as she says to him, the finest swordsman.
Yes, sitting next to the fucking weird witch.
I can't co-sign
Guys.
that. I mean, so for me, it's really between two. On one hand, Lilia slipping through time, remembering her whole life as a witch was fire. Other hand, we got the homegirl, Lady Jessica, on that spice, drinking the blue goo. I'm gonna go with my heart. I'm gonna go with Lilia going through time. That meant something to me. That was special.
Oh, Jomi. I love it.
You guys, have we not, have we forgotten about Dune?
I know.
Have we
Academy
forgotten
certainly
The
about,
Academy did, but we have the chance to make things right.
have we
got a
forgotten
lot
about
of
the
game left.
majesty that is Dune 2? I feel like Dune 2 has been supplanted by everything.
I suspect we'll be awarding Dune.
We're going to be honoring Dune 2.
I'm making sure we will.
today.
Guess what? I'm going to try to start the chain right now because Lady Jessica being high off the spice, the spiggity, blue eyes, the whole nine. Talk about witchiness.
Yeah.
We got the visual of the witchiness, and it was really fucked up in the theater. Big, huge, gigantic screen. I loved it. That's what I'm going with.
Okay.
So a spice head.
Yeah.
We've got 2 for Daemon Targaryen.
Yeah.
We've got Lilia.
Yeah.
We've got Elphaba. Wow.
Wow.
My.
I gotta go with my heart and majority rules, and it's gotta be Alice Rivers
Fuck!
and Daemon Targaryen.
I am Demi Moore.
We're coming in strong for incest, and that's something we can stand on here in House of Art.
Okay. First Versies has been successfully and fairly non-controversially awarded. We got to where we needed to quickly there. We are now
came in
moving on.
hot for incest, and we go from there.
We got a musical number. One of the 6 of us said yay incest and clapped. I don't remember. Could have been any of us. Could have been any of us.
A lot of game left.
I'm pro fictional incest.
White
There you go.
White Lotus season 3.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Strong Targ vibes. Next up, Van Lathan. What do you got?
The We Are So Back Award. Okay? I keep hearing everybody dancing on the grave. My beloved fan content.
Who's everybody?
Charles. And so I think that this was a year that demonstrated that not only are we back, but we're on an upward trajectory going into 2025.
Motherfucker, stop lying, bro.
So not only are we back, we are so
back.
So bad.
All right.
Never been so back.
Number 1, X-Men 97. A show that is just critically lauded. It's fantastic. We might get the second season, 2031.
At some point, yeah.
But so roundly loved by everyone that it has to be in the running. Number 2, Agatha All Along.
Yeah.
A refreshing trip to the Witch's Road. I didn't expect to like it, but guess what? I loved it.
You loved it.
Magic. They flew. They sang. It was like Thelma and Louise mixed with Hocus Pocus, and I dug that. 3, The Penguin. Look, Penguin, the show is fantastic. It rose past my expectations at every single turn. Invigorating trip into Reeves' Gotham. Deadpool and Wolverine, and let me tell you why.
Damn.
Just the fact that it made so much money.
Right.
Okay, we might not be back in
The
terms
budget
of
is back.
quality, but the
Earning
fact
power.
that the movie earned so much money means something.
Yeah.
And the last one is a mainstay, The Boys. The Boys is kind of the steady scorer. Who would The Boys be? Like just a steady scorer.
Oh, the boys? Oh, the boys like SGA.
SGA.
SGA's going to get you 31 a night every night.
So all of those shows
boys.
to me demonstrate that we're still
best players
in the game. Nothing from Star Wars.
It's going to win MVP.
Wait, can I add something from Star Wars?
Please.
The Andor trailer.
Oh.
Oh!
Oh!
Not
eligible,
eligible,
though.
Yeah.
We shall return.
We are so back. I'm telling you something. Skeleton Crew almost made it. Almost made it. Joe, I'll start with you. What are you going for?
Okay, can you recap them for me?
X-Men 97,
Yeah.
Agatha All Along, Penguin, Deadpool and Wolverine, The Boys.
I think it has to be Penguin.
Penguin.
Because I think DC has been so hit and miss. As much as I like the Batman, I think we were all a little worried, and they're in this weird transitional space, and they really needed a strong win as we head into the Gunverse. So, Penguin, I loved it.
Penguin's good.
Mal.
Penguin's good.
I agree. I think part of what is inherent in the prompt is that we are voting for the studio or IP machine behind the given release,
Yeah,
right?
very true.
And so, in a way, this reminds me of when a really loaded team has multiple MVP candidates. I feel like the Marvel's canceling itself out, whereas what Penguin signals for our confidence in DC, that's hard to argue against. So I'm going Penguin as well.
Jones?
I mean, if we want to do the we're so back, if we want to use it literally, that I think the answer is Deadpool and Wolverine. Because we were like, yo, can superhero movies even make money anymore? Can they bring people to the theater? And Deadpool and Wolverine did that in spades. You know, you can argue about the merits of the film, but it made a buttload of money.
Yeah.
And so I gotta go with that based on the question you're asking.
Steve Areno.
I think salient points from Jomi. I think that like in the sense of like something that came back that absolutely blew everybody away. I think X-Men '97 really like had something that nobody really wanted to revisit or like had to like feel a need to come back for, and it absolutely became one of our favorite things of the year. But again, those MVPs kind of cancel each other out. I think, again, something that we needed to see from DC was something that was as strong as the Penguin that absolutely knocked our socks off. I'm inclined to go Penguin here.
Wagon?
Are you going to abstain?
Here's the thing, similar to the Academy voters, half of the shit I didn't even finish. The other half, you know, I think in the spirit of positivity that I'm trying to cultivate in 2025.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Everyone says that about you,
There we go.
Chuck.
There you go, Chuck.
One of the most positive.
There you go, Chuck.
I'm gonna abstain.
Oh, wow, okay.
No vote from Chuck.
Here's it. What's a no
Get in
vote
there.
of confidence? What, you know?
Chuck, you gotta vote.
Get in there.
Confidence?
You gotta vote.
This
By the way,
category is basically the we are so over category for me.
This will be the year that we encourage Chuck to do his job. This will be the year that we
Vote of no
encourage
confidence.
to Chuck to watch stuff and then talk about it. Give me something. Give me the. Okay, how about this? Give me the best of the worst, Chuck. The cream of the crap.
Well, you don't
Like,
have Shogun here. My vote would have been Shogun.
Yeah.
Or it would have been Doom 2.
So I'll tell you something. I can't do We Are So Back for Shogun and
Because
Doom
that's
2.
FX.
Yeah. FX.
What about Doom
Been
2?
Doom 2 is kind of its own thing.
But
we were
we
back
rock
with
with
Doom
it.
1,
Yeah,
really.
we rock with
So
Doom
this is
1.
We Are So Back. So
Yeah.
this is we coming back.
All right, so
with
I
it.
gotta go with Jomi. If we're doing in the spirit of the award, you know, Deadpool and Wolverine was some mid. The mid made money. You know what I'm saying? Cap 4 couldn't do it, so I'm gonna go Deadpool and Wolverine.
Now, why did you have to do that?
Yeah.
Why did you have to take that shot?
Yeah.
You know they're listening.
Hey, I know they listening.
I tell you what.
Jesus Christ.
What?
You never coming to the NAACP Awards. Steve, what did you vote for again?
Penguin.
Okay, we gotta go with Penguin. Penguin is the winner. And I'll tell you why. Because to me, as much as we talk about the MCU and all of that stuff, and to quote my colleague Chuck, who is right, it is in the dirt. But as much as we talk about them, I think that DC is building on a far shakier foundation.
Correct.
Yeah.
They needed to win. They needed to win that.
Needed a win, particularly a television win.
Yeah.
After some of the shakeups, so I'm gonna go with Penguin. Penguin, the winner
Ah,
of the
yeah.
2024.
Hell yeah.
we're talking about points.
So back with it.
Points. We're talking about
We're
points.
so
no
failed
Goyle.
to give another great acceptance speech.
Oh man, if only. Okay, I'm up next.
Yeah.
My category is most emotionally wrenching moment, and it'll surprise no one to hear that I have prepared a few needlessly verbose testimonials on behalf of each of my nominees. Everybody can stretch, take a sip of champagne. All right, first up, most emotionally wrenching moment. Spoilers for very specific and sad things that happen in all of the properties we covered in 2024. From House of the Dragon. Meleys and Rhaenys meeting their ends, dying at Rook's Rest, but specifically the moment when they look at each other before they fall. In Fire and Blood, George R. R. Martin wrote, get comfortable.
I'm so glad we have the quote.
Why are House of Our podcast 3 hours long?
We shall not pretend to any understanding of the bond between dragon and dragon rider. Wiser heads have pondered that mystery for centuries, but I would posit here today and on many hours of prior podcasts that when Meleys looked back at her rider in their final moments, Vhagar's jaw having snapped the coal and vibrant life from her neck. Aemond and the Greens bringing to fruition the promise of the pilot. The only thing that could tear down the House of the Dragon was itself. We understood the depth and the poignancy of the truth. And we understood it not only through the spectacle of dragon battle, but through the blink and glimmer and fading glow of a fantasy story and a fantasy world.
Mallory,
Next up.
Adrian, Brody, Rubin.
I had some gum that I tossed out right before this, but I put it in a waste receptacle.
We're doing
I put it in a waste
Just to let you know,
receptacle.
we're trying to beat Rush Hour.
Got my eye on the clock there. Yeah, let's see it. The penguin. Get ready. This one still hurts. Oz killing Victor. Now, we don't know what was going through Victor's mind as Oz Cobb choked the life out of him. But we know what was going through our minds. Well, no oxygen. Sadly, deprived of
That's what he
oxygen.
wanted.
We were thinking of the bus that Vic didn't get on. The lock clicking into place on Oz's young brothers as they readied to drown and die. The moment in the bathroom in episode 3 when Oz put a gun to Victor's head and said, "This what it feels like? Being with me?" And then eliminated every person in his life who he'd ever have to wonder that about. Do they feel that way about me? "I can't bring you with me this time," Oz told Vic before he killed him. "But we will bring this memory with us." Next, Skeleton Crew. It is here today. Skeleton Crew.
Oh, wow.
KB, sweet KB, sharing her 0 friends again fear with Whim. Now, Skeleton Crew may have taken place a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. And we can't relate to that exactly, but here are a few things that all of us can relate to. Everybody who watched that show. 1, how badly you wanted to be a pirate at some point. 2, how badly you probably want to fuck Jude Law.
Sexy daddy.
Yeah.
I mean, spot the lie. No one disputed the point. And then,
support you.
of course, how badly we all fear at some point voicing something that could threaten the friendships that buttress our lives. And watching in a near-death circumstance on Lanupa, KB voicing her worry and knowing it wasn't about the microfuse repair or the startling cold or the lack of a clear escape path, but about the tenuous nature of the relationships we all forge. Beautiful and agonizing. Next, Venom the Last Dance.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
I feel like I weirdly know what's gonna win. No, come on. Get ready to argue your case, Joe, because I know where the other votes are going.
It's got to.
Venom sacrificing himself for Eddie. A very silly, quite often very poor movie that also somehow captured and summed up the depth of devotion and love more effectively than any other story this year. Venom may have melted humanity's foe in a shower of acid, but he cannot take this memory from us. And now, if we're in post-pro, we're getting the memories going, and then we're thinking back just as Eddie did. Beautiful stuff. And then finally, and I would like to apologize to Joe for mentioning this.
No, I can't.
I am wearing my Gambit sneakers today.
Remember it.
X-Men 97, Remy's death. And I will leave it just at this. Sugar, I can't feel you.
I can't feel you, sugar.
Okay, those were all really sad things, and there were a lot of other sad things in other shows we covered. It was an emotionally intense year.
Give me an example.
Of other things?
Wait, are we only nominating shows?
Because I'm trying, because there was more, because this is the saddest shit.
Venom was a movie.
But I was thinking to myself, there was other sad shit.
There
I'm
were some sad
surprised.
things in Agatha.
I'm
certainly.
surprised Wild Robot didn't make it.
The migration.
The migration
would
shit
have been up
had
there.
me crying.
Okay.
I'm like, bro.
That's a great one.
If we had seen Flo, a certain
Flo?
bird.
Flow, the whole, that's almost like you can't signal. I guess the breaking of the wing in
Breaking of
Flow
the Wing
was
was really
actually
tough.
unbearable, but all of Flow is so emotionally wrenching. it's
Anything where
almost
the
hard to
cat was
pick,
in
like,
peril, I was just like, I
minute.
can't do
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Second one.
Very intense. Any other nominees from our sad year of content?
Ooh, I have another one. You know, Dune 2, when Zendaya is looking at our boy Timmy at the end, she's like, I
Yes.
lost my boy.
I was enraging.
Yeah.
I ain't know about sad. It
Yeah,
was definitely-
like that. Like
it's
when
tough.
you mean tell me when he fucked over her, embarrassed her in front of a whole room of people? You know that's what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Where it's like, I will have your daughter's hand.
I love you for as long as I breathe. You
That's-
know?
It's a real
And then-
bookend of content this year with this crew because we saw Dune 2 together and we saw Venom
True.
together.
Yeah, two of the most meaningful experiences
The
that
highs
people
and the
could
lows
possibly
of,
share.
cinema
Yeah.
in
There were a lot of
2024.
sad moments in
Highs
Rings of
and high.
Power, but I know this is not a group that
No.
equally loves Rings of Power, but there were a lot of sad Rings of
Sure.
I
Power.
Shogun?
love Rings of Power.
Yeah.
When I'm having a tough night, I can't sleep. I turn it on.
Okay.
I go,
Okay.
"Yo,
Okay. What are you
Also,
voting
Joker
for?
2.
Shogun.
Joker 2.
Yes. Yes,
Pretty
yes,
much
yes,
the
yes,
end.
yes. What are you voting for? Joe?
So it's
Most emotionally wrenching
me
moment.
against 4 Jokers voting for Venom.
I didn't say
that-
I was voting for either. We didn't say
See if they
that.
have the courage to vote for
Say that.
Venom when it comes down to it.
I just want to say, I'm going to just put this out there.
Maylis,
I'm just
Oz
gonna,
killing
here's
Victor.
my
KB.
mudslinging campaign anti-Venom before
Remy.
we get started.
Right.
The biggest betrayal of 2024 is sitting all the way through Venom and the whole movie Van's whispering in my ear, this sucks, this sucks, I'm with you, I'm laughing with you,
and then-
this sucks, this sucks totally. And then right as the credit rolls, he turns to me, he's like, they did in the end, Joe.
Landed the
Wait,
That's happened to me.
the whole thing was getting on my nerves.
Top 10
And then
anime
at one
betrayals.
point, they started cooking, man. They started cooking.
Yes,
They
exactly.
said, I gotta be real. I was like, I can't lie. They started cooking.
Cat, man. No
Okay,
way.
Joe, are you picking?
Joe,
Sweet
that was
Remy?
a big moment in me and Joe's relationship. Cause like me and Joe were basically on a date. We were like, you guys were all at the end. Me and Joe were at the end. We were having our own little thing, our own little situation. And at the end, she looked at me for reassurance, and I was like,
And you failed her.
there.
You
Yeah.
failed her.
Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
Great film.
So much like the betrayal of Van to me at Venom, I gotta pick Oz and Victor and Penguin because that is something that I actually did not see coming, and was like the fact that the whole time Oz was telling us who he was, and we still were like, but no way he'll do this, and then he did, and not only did he kill him, but he tossed his ID in the river, and no one will ever know about
Beyond.
Victor at all. And that
I'm gonna
that
cry.
absolutely destroyed me.
But did we not know it was coming? Anytime you know the girlfriend.
I did know.
Anytime.
Wait, you didn't listen to
Let me defend myself.
I don't want to hear Charles
Let me
talk
defend
about
myself. I will just say, anytime in a TV show or movie where the girlfriend is like, hey, yo, join me on the bus, you know.
That's horseshit.
Come on, man.
Nobody saw it coming. It was great, and you missed it.
I saw it on Twitter.
I can't believe you're gonna vote for Venom because it's the only thing you saw out of all of these things, and that's
You saw Gambit
devastating.
die?
Yeah, but
He's
Remember,
Gambit's
I
going to
was
come on.
genuinely moved when Gambit died. I am inclined
we
to
know
pick
we
that.
coming
but
back
shocking,
though.
But a shock that the end
The
of the
impact
Penguin
it had on the
was.
characters, that's real.
I'll come back to Gambit. I'm
He died
saving
in the
my,
dumbest
my
way,
Gambit
though, if
juice.
I'm being honest.
I feel like the Penguin is going to be. This happens every Versies where like we have one property that wins a ton of categories. What was it? What was it last year? Was it Loki?
Might have been Loki.
This is some Amelia Perez ass shit, I'm gonna be honest.
Well, all right.
You could vote for Skeleton Crew.
You could.
Your fave?
Oh,
Or you could vote for
I'm
Venom.
actually voting for Venom, one of the best superhero movies we've gotten this decade.
No one's going to vote for the thing you guys all know I'm picking, which is Maylis and Rainey's, huh?
Okay, so I can't vote
Yeah.
for that. Okay.
That was a little goofy.
I tell you why. I tell you can't why.
Wait, it wasn't
I
goofy?
can't tell you why. I can't tell you why.
Wow, wow, wow,
I
wow.
tell you why I can't vote for that.
Okay.
She did it to herself.
Yes.
Because
We had
No,
this whole
she did it.
conversation.
She
sin
did.
begets sin begets sin.
No, she
you
did
know?
it to herself because her refusal to act when it was time to act and turn some motherfuckers into cinders
It's not her fight, though.
made everybody. She killed her dragon. She killed herself.
I
killed
won't hold
everyone.
against the
She could've
character a
burned
season
everybody.
one mistake on the part of the people
Burn
who
'em
made
up.
that
Killing
show. That
untold
made no
thousands.
sense.
And everybody
Didn't
survives.
make sense.
Remember
Burn 'em
when?
up.
Remember when she just?
Did not make sense.
Remember when she stomped on like a bunch of innocent civilians?
Legions of small folk. Yes. That made no sense. That, I've repressed the
Wait,
memory.
no one else giggled when she was like,
I'm gonna go.
No.
giggled.
What are you casting
Just to
your
let you
vote
know,
for?
I gotta go with Venom.
Okay, so are you actually voting for Venom? So
Yeah,
we
I'm
have
going-
two
I'm going
Venoms.
for
You
Venom.
voted Penguin. What are you guys voting
Penguin.
for? Penguin, Joan?
I'm going Penguin. Watching.
Oh shit!
watching
All right,
him
I
choke
really
the
want to
life
pick
out of him.
Maylis and Rainey's, but I am inclined to go with the public here. I'm gonna go with the Penguin.
I cannot believe that y'all. I'm pissed
Let the
This is
record
a
state
Benny
I would have
Moore.
picked Maylis.
I can't believe that y'all sold out Venom and Eddie at the
Sold
end.
out Venom and Eddie,
This is
brother.
all right.
Brother, I wanted to jump off a bridge
This
when that movie
crazy.
ended, dog.
Oh wow.
because
That's
the
tough.
despair was so.
Right.
So you mean to tell me that the final scene of Venom and Eddie that didn't work?
No.
It was great. You know what? I
lying.
changed my mind. I'm
No.
going with Maylis. I know. Okay, next
forbid.
up, we have
As long as it's not Venom, I
Charles.
feel great about it.
Yo, yeah,
baby.
it's me.
Chuckles.
All right.
What do you got?
I am presenting the most toxic couple award, in a long line of nerd content. They love throwing us some couples that you hate to love and you love to hate. First nominee, X-Men 97. Whatever the fuck was going on with Cyclops, Jean, and Madeline. That shit was terrible. But also,
Messy.
who wouldn't?
Peak mess.
Yeah, man.
That's some
Next
real
up.
Mark Helena
God.
stuff.
Yeah. A clone of your wife.
Wait,
that
who's
you've
the
been-
Who's the Gemma in the
Oh, wait, a
X-Men?
whole bunch of spoilers.
Who is
Gemma's Jean. So Helly would be Emma Frost.
No, but
I haven't
Madeline. Never mind.
I haven't watched.
We spoil shit. Anyway,
Get the hell
Shogun,
out of it.
Mariko and Blackthorn. Those two crazy kids.
Those crazy kids.
Also, this one, I put this in specially for Jomi. Vi and Caitlin, Arcade.
That's messy. That's real messy.
This was,
Oh my
it wasn't
God.
great.
That's so.
Oh my days.
I'm
especially
about to
season
take
two.
this out because I can't have another Penguin win, but Oz and Victor, goddamn, those two. Jeez. And then, last but not least, Rhaenyra and Daemon, House of the Dragon.
Yeah.
Did I miss any toxic couples this year?
Oh man.
Deadpool and Wolverine.
Definitely Wolverine.
Oh, wow.
Very
Interesting.
toxic. They,
Good
they
one.
try to kill each
Yeah.
other twice.
Deadpool
Yeah.
and Wolverine.
I
I mean, that's
not
all.
that toxic though.
Yeah, but like that's the only one. Deadpool
How about
and
Sauron and Celebrimbor?
Oh, there you go.
Yes.
Yeah, Mr. Mouse.
Oh, our guys.
Yeah, Anatar and Kelly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh man.
Would they out toxic Cyclops, Jean, and Madeline, though?
Bro, there was that scene at when Madeline and Scott are having a conversation in their head. Jean come out like, "Hey, you talking to your girl? Like while I'm here?" It's like, "Yo, I had a baby by her.
Yeah.
Like we kind of,
That's
you know what I
tough to
mean?
do.
Yeah, it's like that's the mother of my child.
that's what my child. I don't know what you want me to do."
Also,
think it's a really good pick.
Jean
yeah.
in one scene,
I'm voting for that.
Yeah. It's a really
Jean
good pick.
went straight to Wolverine's arms. I'm like, damn.
I'll tell you
And
why.
Wolverine's like, no.
I
He
tell you
didn't
why
stop
it's
her at
really
first,
toxic though. It's really toxic. It's the most toxic one because what do you expect? How was I supposed to know? He was so
You couldn't tell the difference?
no. Like
That's
just,
severance,
like,
baby.
you know what I mean? It's like how was I supposed to know? You're mad. Oh, it's gonna get toxic because at some point I'm gonna stop taking the bullshit and I'm gonna be like, now you know you're getting mad over nothing, right? She look exactly like you, and she got mind control powers. So like I'm completely at a loss.
This is like identical to your speech about the scene from Crash.
It's true. so what I'm saying is that's why it's toxic.
Yeah.
Because this is the only one where I actually feel for the guy.
Yeah, Vi and Caitlyn is a good shout because they was doing.
Caleb
too
and I
much.
was go.
I don't know
They
what
was-
people are.
they-
It's drama. It's great.
I just kind of they was doing way too much, but I gotta go with Scott, Jean, and Madeline. It was
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
was
I'm
wild.
going with that as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
X-Men
it was
97.
wild.
This was gonna be
They
my
really
pick all along.
can't. X-Men 97 really
Tough
gave
to
us
top.
that peak drama.
Honestly, you
Real
could have
peak.
honestly put Wolverine and Morph because Morph was simping like a motherfucker.
Man,
Like,
Wolverine and
tough
Morph had
scene.
something special.
Tough
Poor Morph.
scene. Tough. You ain't
I,
see
be-
it.
I believe in those kids.
No, they can do it.
But I was
I
trying to
mean,
say,
Remy, Eric, and Rogue too. Just a lot of.
oh,
That's
Remy,
true.
Eric, and Rogue.
X-Men 97.
No,
Oh,
dancing
We're
Eric
dancing
Rose
up
was
there.
crazy.
That's
We're
up there,
dancing
too.
to Ace of
Can't talk-
Base
can't
with
talk
like
about it.
crap
Can't talk
and electricity in their hands.
I understand why Remy crashed out.
You
I
never
did too.
wanted it official shit.
I would to imagine, bro. Imagine your girl been telling you, "I want to be with you. I do want to be with you." This and that, and then you spot her with another man's after you was whispering sweet nothings in my ear.
Touching.
Hot take.
hell
Hot
no.
take. If it was me,
Hell no.
If I'm Gambit, I'd still be alive. I'm not sacrificing myself.
That would have been the end of the thing. No,
You gonna cry? You gonna cry over
Yeah,
me
that's
in
what,
death?
that's what we doing.
Where was those
Man,
tears in life?
I'm
Go
leaving
cry on
Gen-
Magneto's shoulders.
I'm
Magneto
leaving
remind me of
Genosha.
God.
That's your problem. That's y'all.
100%. It's the hair.
It's the hair. Goggins from White Lotus season 3.
Both surprisingly jacked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jack. Well, Goggins. Have y'all seen Goggins and White
have
Lotus
seen
He
season
looks
3?
Shredded.
fantastic.
It's
Shredded.
crazy.
Amazing.
What's going on with Goggins, man?
He's having. I
They
mean, he's
dug
not
coal
saying he's
together.
having a moment. He's
Yeah.
doing his thing.
Goggins would make a
macros.
good
Goggins
Magneto
for
to me.
Goggins.
Young Magneto, hot
Interesting.
Magneto.
Will Uncle Baby Billy take his shirt off in the new season of Righteous Justice?
Billy.
100%
That's
he
the
does,
question.
actually.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thrilling. Genuinely.
Jomi,
Okay.
we're here.
Chuck?
It's up to you.
I'm with
No, I already picked. It was X-Men 97.
okay.
It's
Oh, yeah.
Cyclops. It's Jean. It's me.
It's your award.
Congratulations.
It's your award, Jum.
It's
You're
my
up.
turn. You guys know me. I love a little action. I love to, get physically active on this podcast.
You, are.
What are you talking about?
What are you?
You like to get
What are you trying
physically.
to say? What?
Now here's our tribute to James Bond, starring Jomi.
This is the
Adeniran.
end.
Dance! I'm at dance!
Dance.
Damn,
Please say that
Greg
first.
Horvath
Okay.
cursed James Bond.
Oh, yeah.
On your watch list.
Trying to big time us. He cursed his
He really did.
Cursed James Bond.
What, the next day they
The
Yeah.
sold
next
out?
day.
Day.
Next
So
day
funny.
they sold out.
On your ass, Craig.
They was doing propaganda. Anyway, best dance scene for 2024. Starting off with how it opened the movie. Deadpool Marine, the opening scene.
Genuinely great.
Bye. So it was a fun time. I literally in my head when it comes on at the gym, I do the head bob sometimes.
Bye bye bye.
It was
Yeah,
the bum,
bye,
bum,
bye.
bum.
Can I see it,
Ain't no
Jomi?
In the
lie.
gym?
Insane.
Yeah,
First of all,
it's it.
Insane?
No,
All
that's
right,
crazy.
I watched the movie once, so relax.
Can,
You know
wait,
the
Jomi, can
NSYNC
I
song,
see your,
Bye, Bye, Bye?
your head bob?
biggest hit
So
of their.
it's like, and then because you come to the side and then
Yeah.
you do like this. You do like the.
What do you do, Steve?
Yeah.
Ain't no lie, baby.
Can I
Yeah.
go for that instead
Yeah.
of whatever you
Pretty
had
good.
on your list?
It's like, you know what I'm saying? My second nominee, Arcane, the Echo and Powder scene from episode 7. Truly transcendent. We talked about this.
Yeah, that song
the-
is not great though.
The song's not great, but the moment.
It's very, very
Brother,
sweet.
You were there in the theater with me, man.
The crowd went nuts.
Tell me that it means something to you.
You'd
Tell
have thought
me-
Cat caught the hammer again.
Brother,
People were
it
going
was-
nuts in that theater.
No, Joe, you're laughing.
Yeah, we're not kidding.
It's not
We're
Cat.
not kidding.
Because it's
I
absurd.
believe you.
It's not
I believe
Cat.
you.
Oh, the misery.
Number 3,
It's a great show. Okay.
we're going with Sonic 3 and the Robotnik dance.
This is culture.
It really is great.
cinema.
This is culture.
With
gonna vote for this?
His Running Man was so crispy.
Jim Carrey doing both roles, doing both dance moves, and killing it.
Okay.
Being an absolute superstar in that, just an absolute bang out. Come on, man. He was doing his thing. Wearing the shirt. Got to talk about it. Venom 3. Venom and Mrs. Chen.
I will be voting for
And
you.
that is great.
Stopping the movie.
End of an era.
Stopping the movie.
Genuinely
To have a
fantastic.
Venom
Yeah.
and Mrs. Chen dance scene.
Yeah,
Not my favorite, but we got to have it in there. We got to have the discussion.
absolutely.
And last but certainly not least, from Wicked, the Ice Lounge dance, the
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
little
Yeah.
thing. You know, people were getting active in
Wait,
the
that
theaters.
dance, but not the
No.
tender moment between Glinda
No,
and
because,
Elphaba.
and we talked about this on the podcast, would have been a tender moment for me personally, because I'm airing that whole place out. You've been talking smack for me about like 60 minutes. Now you want to get all sweet? Nah, man, that's not really how it goes. I got all my ops here on one spot. Y'all all finna feel this hammer.
Wait a
Like,
minute.
It's just not
So
the way
wait.
it's going down.
So wait. You didn't pick the dance. You didn't pick the. Which one's the Ice Lounge dance?
That's
The interpretive dance
interpretive
one.
dance.
Yeah. That's sweet.
No, not the sweet part.
This is. What do you mean?
He means just them like
Just them dancing and
Just
having
them
a good
dancing.
time.
No,
Oh, you don't
no,
mean
no,
not Elphaba doing it by herself.
Not the silent part.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Elphaba and Glinda doing their little mismatched little.
Oh, okay.
So you
Like
are
still part of that dance.
Yeah.
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's all part of that moment.
Right.
with it.
Okay. Yeah. It is.
How about this? You have my vote. That's what I'm voting for.
Yeah, I vote for that too.
I'm voting
voting
for
for Wicked?
Yeah, Wicked.
Both
Vote for Wicked.
Eddie.
Yeah.
Am I crazy?
Same.
Nobody else saw Sonic 3. I really loved that.
This
dance
is good though
sequence
because
of
I
Jim
feel
Carrey.
like, without question, Dance Pool is like the most iconic dance thing that happened last year.
It's at the Oscars.
It
yeah,
was
at
the Oscars.
like whether or not you had seen the film, you saw it on TikTok or Instagram.
But overall, it was trash.
Yeah.
The dancing was?
Overall, but overall,
dance.
it went on too long. It
Yeah.
was stupid, and it was trash.
Wow.
So
Somebody ready for it.
no. Hold on.
I agree with Van.
I'm in the
Van.
minority.
Let him cook.
I'm in the minority that didn't mind the movie as much as some other people minded. But the times that I do mind the movie
Yeah.
is when the movie gets like
up its own ass.
goopy, yeah, like that. Like that was whack.
Proud Deadpool tradition.
Yeah, it's
Yes, very
Especially
true.
in the opening stretch of the film.
Oh yeah.
I would posit that Wicked doesn't work without that like Galinda Elphaba moment.
And I would
No, yeah,
posit
it's
that
whole movie.
Sony's extended Spider-Man universe doesn't work with that, and it didn't work. So it doesn't exist anymore. So let's not let
does
them.
not.
The movie that killed a franchise.
I'm
No.
definitely
That was
Raven.
Craven. That was Craven.
You're right.
Respect on Craven's
Craven,
name for
respect
killing
Craven.
it.
Venom set it up.
Can we start calling Craven White Panther? Isn't that
White
what it is?
Panther?
White.
Hell yeah.
Isn't Craven White
Hell
Panther?
yeah.
He got the
It
blood
is.
of the lion.
He got the blood of the lion. It's White Panther.
Don't even lie.
Him and his dad.
If Craven popped up in Black Panther 3, we would be going
Crazy.
crazy.
Love
That's
it.
nuts.
Yeah, we going
Loving
nuts.
it. The whole movie could be Black Panther
Versus
Craven.
With
I'm voting for
his
Venom.
Quicksilver accent.
I'm telling you.
People don't see
Oh,
that.
I would also
see
like to
it.
nominate
No.
whatever was happening in Madam Web when they was in the fucking diner just dancing.
Oh, just based on the table?
That's a good one.
I memory halt that.
I thought that was last year. That was like early last year.
absolutely
Yeah, no,
last
it
year.
was. We got
Yeah.
Swept the
yeah.
And
Razzies.
serial killers just running around. They like, we just gonna dance on some tables.
Get on the
That's
table,
nothing happening.
dancing on the tables.
Oh
What
my
are you
That's a
ladies
great
doing?
one.
Gosh.
Madam Web, honestly, we should nominate it for best movie.
It should have been there.
There's still time.
Yeah, you're not
Okay.
being serious. So we got 2 for Wicked, we got 2 for Venom, and we got
One for Sonic.
For Sonic.
You're the tiebreaker.
I'm the tiebreaker. Here's the thing, right? We live in a country that's based on democracy. Except it's not, and so I make the decisions.
Great.
I'm going with Sonic, baby!
Yeah,
man! Jim Carrey's doing
Oh,
this
man.
Minty Coo.
The
Boys, y'all so
My
whimsical.
goodness.
Y'all
Shout
can't
out-
help but be
shout out
whimsical.
Jim.
Whimsical.
I love this.
That's nice.
right.
What a nice moment that was
stop
for the
on
junior
that.
mints.
Come on.
Okay, Steve, we're sticking with the junior mints. You are up next, and I will tell you in advance that I have the most fervent objection to the nominees in this category.
Yeah, I figured that this was. I love this category with all my heart, but I figured that this is going to have the most room to grow as far as who we can nominate
Yeah.
here.
Most room,
Room
to
to
grow.
grow?
Yeah, like
So this
Like
is a
that.
great gesture.
agreed. Yeah.
Heartthrob of the year. I'll start off with Gambit from X-Men '97. The cards don't lie.
It's a cartoon.
Remember the name.
Cartoons can be hot.
Oh, of course
absolutely can.
cartoons can be hot.
Absolutely, they can be hot.
You ever seen animated Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Debbie's mom, Debbie from Invincible with her hair down.
X-Men 97 starts with like cum gutters on
Yes,
Gambit.
he's got
Yeah.
his D'Angelo's
It's
back.
true. Yeah.
What is going on right now?
Second
I thought
nominee.
this was a I thought this was
Everybody
safe
has a
space.
cartoon they want to fuck. It's fine. All right.
Second nominee. The entire cast of Arcane.
Okay.
Well,
Everybody's looking good in that show.
Sucks.
Okay.
It's really, really good. Next nominee, Mariko.
Obviously.
Shogun.
I think I'll Sama.
So many things I could say.
Many.
Please
many,
don't.
many things.
Just say that.
how many? Start with number
So many things I could say.
Next thing I'll say is talking about a wonderfully toned back Chimere from The Acolyte.
Oh, yeah.
Manny
yeah.
Jacinto.
Manny
He was
Jacinto,
doing the
Come
pull-ups.
to the
Hot
dark side.
Sith Daddy.
He had his whole lightsaber out, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
And finally, Lestat from Interview with a Vampire.
Okay.
The vampire.
What about Mook from
Stat.
blonde-haired
season
Frenchman.
3? White Lotus.
That showed up
ineligible.
this year.
2025. Ineligible.
Next year, baby.
I know.
Fantastic nominees, however, two
Well, you beg
problems.
to differ.
One, Jude Law's Jod is not on here from Skeleton Crew. That's
Okay.
a shock
John the
was-
Rod.
and a crime.
Yeah.
It's good.
But
Right.
there's only one fictional character in front of whom I took 974 selfies last year.
Okay, well, yeah.
Craven?
Yeah.
Nah.
I support you endorsing your
When
man.
did that movie come out?
That came out this year.
Or was it 5 years ago? You know?
So it's
Who
not
knows?
eligible. Wait, when did it come out?
Craven is definitely out of
Came out
No,
this
It came out at the end of last year.
End of last year. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how are the abs not on here?
I mean, listen, I was
8
more...
Abs
I
of
was-
Craven. There was
8
a
Abs of
song
Craven
about it.
was there.
First of all, I mean, I'll be honest with you.
It was a very
Okay,
abs-forward...
you don't have motherfucking Paul Atreides on this bitch.
Paul Atreides?
Heartthrob?
Paul
No.
Atreides?
Paul Atreides is a heartthrob.
Hell no!
bruh.
Hell no! What?
He's baby.
For real?
Lady
baby.
Jessica.
Can I submit Kristen Milioti in The Penguin?
Oh, yes, you
Yeah.
absolutely may.
Yeah.
But she,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
she
absolutely would. Yes,
she was
yellow
all
dress.
fucked up.
So me not being on
You don't
here is
love a
fucking
fear boner?
crazy,
You don't
bro.
love Someone that you were like
Fuji-sama. Yeah, Fuji-sama.
attracted to and
Fuji-sama.
scared of at the same time.
Oh my
Fuji-sama's
god.
crazy.
It's
That's my
Chimera.
girl,
Obviously,
but-
it's Chimera. Come on.
Oh, it's
Chimera?
obviously
Guys,
Mariko.
you guys,
It's Lestat.
you guys have never watched Interview with the Vampire.
It's Lestat.
Hold on, like you
I
guys.
have it. Lestat sounds
I
like
watched season
Mallory has.
1.
Oh, you guys.
Lestat
And
sounds
so
like
that-
No,
Lestat
no,
is
Lestat.
here.
Let's
Sex
do
is
that.
great.
Hold on,
No,
let's, you
no,
guys can
no,
do whatever
no,
you
no.
want, but there's really no competition. Mariko is right there, the most beautiful, crazy, but Lestat, the whole show is oriented around how sexy he is. Every single word, the dude is dripping.
Yes.
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 I hear
Yes.
you guys.
Looks great.
To me, Lestat sounds like a nickname for Victor Wembanyama, so I don't really think that's for me.
not-
I didn't
work.
come for
didn't work.
any of your arcane
Lestat.
stuff, so leave Interview with the Vampire alone.
I'm just saying, like, I'm not familiar with
Actually,
it.
now that I processed it, that's pretty dope. Lestat.
Lestat.
We'll put the S on it.
Yeah.
Lestat.
The Vampire Lestat is incredibly important
This
to
is
Fantastic.
this is
literature,
it, Joey.
cinema, and
Great
television.
hair, great
That's good hair.
accent,
That's
great
good
lips.
hair.
But you
I have to watch it.
Great
you
muscles.
gotta see him.
Yeah,
The
it is an
elegance,
action.
the New Orleans, the whole deal.
Yeah,
the way he
like
speaks.
The dandy.
Well,
the
he's
like,
French, but
yeah.
you know the whole nine.
But it was only one episode of television that forced us to power rank the most sexual things that one character said to another in the span of 30 minutes, and it was The Acolyte.
Mallory, if we had time to go episode by episode on Interview with a Vampire,
That's true.
trust me,
Yeah,
we
you-
would have found time for that.
But like, he's like, hold it in your hand.
oh,
You
I remember. I remember one of our best bits.
Mariko's so
Well
bad, she saved Japan by herself. You know what I'm saying?
done.
Yeah,
She's
she's
very
the
important to me.
baddest.
Chimera is
baddest, bro.
very important to me.
Yeah, he got naked and went into the water.
But the Vampire Lestat is eternal. Literature.
By the way,
cinema.
I feel like
By the
I
way-
haven't seen season 2, so I can't comment on the
Can I
mean,
stats.
that's-
But
so
I'm
that's-
sure
that's
it's
really what I'm
Can I
wonderful.
say
here
something
for.
about the Vampire Lestat? Just real quick for people who haven't seen the movie. They go like they talk to people who are like centuries old, and the only thing that they have in common is that they fuck Lestat.
Yep.
Yep.
Like they, literally like centuries old. Like Lestat, he was
Yeah.
here. Like yeah, he was
true.
my lover in 1320. Like like the whole nine, the whole thing is about it. Y'all don't watch Interview with the Vampire,
I
and
didn't
it's
know-
pissing me off.
I didn't know
I
Lestat had
thought
to juice
season one
like
was
that.
He
wonderful.
really does.
Loved him.
I know he
I'm
was
still
moving
voting,
like Matt
Chimera.
Murdock
You know
out
what?
here.
We're in our own. We got our own. What do you call a group of vampires?
Coven
Is it a coven?
can be.
We got our own coven.
I just want us to give the Acolytes something.
I mean,
look, I'll be honest with you.
Was Chimera the strongest thing the Acolyte had going for it?
Yes.
Obviously, yes.
Well, except I mean that whole episode, not the
Episode and a half.
not the
That's right.
shirtless out of
Right.
the pool episode,
Night,
but the
yeah.
episode before that.
I'm not gonna
night.
take it away from him. The nigga was lean. Okay, he's running. He's taking his vitamins. He's on the animal pack. He was
killing
lean.
people in really fun and exciting ways.
Three-hole
Exactly.
puncher.
The three-hole
The three-hole
punch.
punch.
Yeah.
He's doing his thing. He's doing his thing. I'm not gonna hate on him.
It was cool.
We didn't put the death of Jackie Lan on.
I will say
Most
this is
emotional
not a
moment.
vote for Lestat, but that shit was on AMC Plus, and that motherfucker was so hot, motherfuckers was tuning in. You know what I'm
Burning it
saying?
up.
Yeah, Charles
Yeah.
watched
Yeah.
it.
You know what I'm saying? Chimera didn't really have that juice, but he
You
was
know what?
getting
You're
hot.
right. I'm switching my vote.
The
You guys
stat.
have compelled me. Yeah.
I'm
I have
sticking.
podcasted
I'm
with
still
you
on
about
Mariko.
Interview
I'm
with the
still on
Vampire,
Mariko's side.
You about Interview with the Vampire, and
By the
you
way,
about Interview with the
Are
Vampire.
you going with Mariko? I'm just like, I'm just
It's a
letting
little
you know.
weeby. It's a little weeby.
Here's the thing. I tried to pander to everybody on this list.
Unbelievable. Like
Unbelievable is crazy.
It's like it's happening right now. But she is the
Hey,
baddest.
yo,
She the baddest.
Spotify, Bill Simmons, Daniel X, send me to a Star Wars celebration in
Believe it or not,
Believe it or not.
Believe it
I
or
will say
not.
this about I will say this.
I believe in a thing called love.
I will say this. When you watching the show, and you see Mariko, you go, man, I'm watching every episode of this.
My favorite moment, genuinely my favorite moment of the Midnight Boys last year was every episode of Shogun. You guys are like, oh, we need a season 2, we need a season 2, we need a season 2. Spoilers. Van was like, we don't need a season 2 anymore.
Okay, Steve, who's taking the category? We're very split here.
I believe it's going to be Lestat. We have
Great.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Mariko-sama, you will be avenged.
Yep, this is going to have to be Lestat.
This is crazy.
See the man.
Nasty work.
And now in the new one, he's got a hot pop song that's coming out.
I know, glam rock Lestat. Oh, I'm so excited.
Pretty
That's
great.
exciting.
Yeah.
Good for Vic.
That show is really. I
It's
will
so
say
good.
this.
Very
just-
good. Very good.
It's a really good show.
Very good.
Like a really good show. Joe told me it was good. I watched. It's really, really good. It is not Louisiana.
Is the second season on Netflix yet?
No.
yet.
No.
Which is maddening. Okay, we are now moving from our custom categories into our 3 general awards. We've got Best Series, Best Movie, and Best Performance. Joanna Robinson, would you care to take us through Best Series?
Thrilled. I'd be so honored. And just to let you know, we were not allowed to have overlap, and it was
Exactly.
first come, first serve. Just so you know.
And that was a painful thing
just so
to
you know
confront.
what happened here.
If
I
you
berated
weren't
Arjuna,
Jomi.
because of that earlier.
So the first person to
leave him alone,
submit,
Yeah.
to be clear, was Jomi, and he put dibs on Shogun. Great stuff.
Nigerian.
Steve picked the Penguin. Mallory Rubin picked Rings of Power. Charles picked some anime stuff that I don't
Don
know.
to Don. Y'all feel me out there.
Adam loves that.
Don's
did?
good.
It's the fact that you just said some anime stuff that I don't know. That's the right response.
Yeah, that's good.
Van picked House of the Dragon because I bet that was all that was left by the time we got there. And I originally picked X-Men 97, but I'm thinking of changing my vote to Interview with the Vampire season 2.
Because we were just not on the stat.
But I did pick X-Men 97, even though Shogun was the only one that was taken. But when I put mine in, but I had gotten an email from a listener recently who was listening to our Top Moments pod, and he was talking about how much he related to me absolutely making an ass of myself talking about Gambit on that pod when I was like weeping about Gambit.
It was
and he was
absolutely
like,
beautiful.
And he
that
was
you
like,
shared
I'm
that with
surprised you
us.
didn't pick that as your number one. I was like, yeah, why didn't I pick Gambit as my number one moment on that pod? So I thought I'd do justice here, but now I've changed my mind, and it's just going to be Vampire season 2.
Tough.
So,
Well, does anybody who didn't pick X-Men 97 want to switch their show to that?
I would love to switch my show to X-Men. Just kidding.
just kidding.
I don't think I would move
I'll
to the
switch my
Penguin.
show to X-Men 97.
Yeah. Okay.
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 So tough luck for House of the Dragon.
Can't hold that.
So do we? And so I'm sorry. Are the rules here that we're all going to try to come to a consensus on this?
See, it seems so. It
Shogun.
seems so.
It's Shogun.
It's
obviously
Shogun.
It's obviously
When
Shogun.
Jomi picked it first, I was just like, that's obviously the one.
Shogun was the best show, so much that I had to give my young bucks over here a lesson in Hollywood. They
Oh my God, he's still on this, bro.
continue to say that Shogun wouldn't be coming back.
Whoa, no, the argument
said
was
it should not
it
come back.
shouldn't come back, not that it wouldn't. It
Go-
was that it shouldn't.
To Van's credit, every single week he came on and said, guys,
It's getting a
It's
second.
getting a
season
second season.
two.
I agree.
I do agree
and
with
we were
that.
like,
I agree.
nah, man.
That
we
did
done-
happen.
The show
Literally,
that
it ended 3
show
hours
that-
later.
The show that prints money and then gives the studio 1,000 Emmys. They're gonna find some way to bring. If they have to put Cat Williams in that bitch, they're gonna they're gonna find a
will
way
watch that
to bring
show.
that bitch. It's coming back.
They still haven't finalized what they're doing for season 2. They're
who
still
knows?
working on it.
Figure it out.
Does everyone agree that it's Shogun?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah?
easy.
I will say this about X-Men 97 though.
Mallory, do you want to make a counter?
No, I was going to say, like, I don't necessarily think of Shogun as Ringerverse core, but also you guys covered it,
guys
so
covered
technically
it.
it is, and
Yeah.
I almost got kicked out of a hype draft for picking Gladiator 2, so what the fuck am I talking about?
Yeah.
If it's eligible for consideration, it's clearly the pick.
I think it's on the line. I
pick.
think we probably will be at least on the Midnight Boys. Maybe Charles can speak to it too. Like expanding our horizons, is the stuff that we cover. It's not
To stuff that Charles actually watches?
well, yeah, because we got to make sure we'll be watching a lot of
And I love that for you.
Whoa.
Charles
Stop that,
is
Charles. Finish it.
we'll have Weeb Corner, Weeb Wednesdays.
Yeah.
But
Weeb it alone.
but like
Great show.
great show.
Fantastic.
X-Men 97 though, like forget about my co-host. X-Men 97 still just destroys me with what it was able to do with those.
I think what
characters.
X-Men 97 did to, like, this obviously gets back to your category, but where we, didn't pick it for this, so. But what that did to restore faith in the nerdverse, I think can't be
for sure.
It was
understated.
incredible.
And it'll be held up like whenever something gets a reboot and we're always like, we don't want it, we don't need it. And someone goes, but what about Mad Max Fury Road? And you go, okay, I would also add, what about X-Men 97? I didn't think I wanted it.
Yeah.
Charles didn't want it, but I loved it. So,
Alien Romulus. What the fuck are we doing?
Charles, care to take us through best movie?
Oh, yes.
Once again, Jomi got here first.
This was the one. I mean, we felt it in a few of these categories, but is it fair to just say every single person would have picked Dune?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whoa, I didn't even read the rest of them. Yeah, damn.
Like,
All right, Jomi did get to this category
Jomi
first.
came
Best
here first.
movies. Jomi, you nominated Dune Part 2.
Yep.
Mal, you nominated Flow.
Yeah, gladly.
Joanna had The Substance. Steve, Alien Romulus. Charles nominated Joker 2. Just kidding. Wicked. Van, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. And I'm just going to be honest, it was a tough movie year. Like,
Yo, I was thinking the
it
same
is
thing.
really tough.
I was thinking the same.
God damn.
In terms of fandom,
For
in
genre.
terms of like
There's a lot
what
of
we
great movies
covered
that
here,
came out.
Yeah.
yikes.
Yeah.
Like there's Dune 2 and then there's
Nobody
everything
picked
else.
Deadpool.
It's a steep
Nobody
fall
did
off.
put Deadpool.
Nobody picked Deadpool.
No.
Interesting.
Deadpool can't fuck with Dune 2. Dune 2 is so much better.
Let me tell you what, I don't think Deadpool can-
for what we did,
I just
Dune 2 is the pinnacle of like, from
I think I put The Substance in because I was coming out of that group chat that we were in that people were shit talking The Substance, and I was like, I have to show up for The Substance, a movie I did love. But is it anywhere near Doom Part 2? No.
Lisa Nagaib!
Marty.
No, The Substance is awesome. Let me tell you what. Shout out to Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I genuinely really liked that movie, and I think I don't think there's ever been a bad one since the circus days, and I'm surprised at how one without circus at like the creative helm of that really pulled off a great story.
It's a good movie.
Movie was
It's a good
really
movie.
solid.
Can't you got something about Dune 2? For Dune Messiah, should they shift the release to a Christmas release?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think, well, the only reason that they did that this time was because of the strike.
Because of the strike.
Yeah, I mean,
But
part
you
one
said-
came out in the
Yeah,
fall.
Part 1 came out in the
I know,
fall.
but like, do they need to, because
Does it need
This
to be
was too
Christmas
far
or does
away,
it need
certainly.
Christmas,
October?
October, November,
November.
They can't do this.
whatever.
They can't do this again.
It should
No,
be.
they
It should be a
can't.
Thanksgiving release.
The movie.
It's gotta come out in the fall, for sure.
The movie was such a gigantic deal.
Yeah.
And then it was a whimper by the time we got to awards season.
People forgot about it.
Criminal.
Yeah.
But
And
then I'm like, I just don't understand because I feel like we were talking about it and like they were promoting it. They were doing work to promote it. I don't know what happened. But Sean Fennessy, our guy, put up a good tweet last night where he was talking about how Dune Part 2 won basically the same awards that The Two Towers won. Oh. So,
Against the
Return of the King time.
To know
I'm
that
just
Messiah
telling
is
you
going to be...
that Dune Messiah is way weirder than Return of the
Yeah, no,
King.
to think that that's going to be the
people
Return of
aren't
the
ready
King
for
moment for
Messiah.
Dune Messiah is nuts.
Timmy, your Oscar's coming.
Worm Man. That's not Worm Man. Worm Man.
Baby stuff.
Well, the book came out like 1955.
So we can't talk about Worm Dude?
We can't talk about the Paul too when he stands on 2 feet.
No more. We don't talk about Worm Man.
I do just want to say that Flow was one of the best movies.
It was an
I agree.
amazing movie.
And
Flow was
even though I
amazing.
would have picked Dune Part 2 if I'd gotten to the doc earlier, I was happy to write down Flow. Beautiful film.
was
Absolutely
Wait, so
sensational.
there was no movie that was on the same level of Dune 2? I know the answer's probably no.
in the
No.
in the
Can't think of
Nerdverse?
one.
No.
In our world.
It's not the thing that it's not on the same level. It's not even that's in the same like stratosphere. It's in the same galaxy.
Dune Part 2 is my favorite movie of the year, period.
It's probably,
any genre.
That's the thing that's interesting
Not
about
a
it.
complete unknown.
I would go Dune Part 2, Flow, Complete Unknown as my top
I still
three.
think that
Those are my top
Honora,
three.
like, I know
Then
Honora's
Honora-
way
Honora's
overhyped.
up there.
I love the Nora.
Sing Sing is really up there for me.
I really like Conclave.
I like
Conclave.
Conclave.
Conclave rules.
Man, Conclave.
Ray finds the greatest love of my
goes,
life.
man.
I audibly gasped when they broke that seal. I was like,
Great movie.
do that. You can't do that.
What happened
Okay.
to Nosferatu? Y'all just forgot
I
about it.
love
Nosferatu.
I was not there for that.
Nosferatu's
I
great.
My
love
AMC A-list didn't
Nosferatu.
cash for that. Nah, that's for y'all. Y'all got it.
Funny
Y'all like
movie.
Nosferatu?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I liked
that's
it.
cool.
It was
Vampire shit.
That one Skarsgård?
You love a vampire.
I do love a vampire.
You love a vampire. You love a rat. You love a
Could that
prosthetic
have gone on?
penis.
Could
and you love a vampire. I've not
could
seen
he
this
have gone
film.
on Heartthrob of the Year for Nosferatu?
Bill
Yeah.
with the mustache
Yes.
and then the holes in his back.
my
man.
The what in his where?
The holes in his back.
I
Okay,
got that.
it's time for the final. Well, so Dune Part 2. Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
I thought
no
he
doubt.
was easy.
Dune Part
Time
two.
for the final award
Yay.
of the Versies, and it is Best Performance. Van, would you care to take us through the nominees?
I will do that. First off, the love of our life, unbelievable. Anna Sawai as Toto Moriko and Shogun. Colin Farrell
To say it like that.
as
Say it like that.
Oswald Cobblepot in The Penguin. That's from Jomi.
Points.
Boys.
Catherine Hahn as Agatha Harkness and Agatha all along. Smile. Javier Bardem as Stilgar.
That's like
Lisa Nagi.
Miyagi!
honestly
Lisa
an
Nagi.
inspired nomination.
I actually like
Really,
when he
really.
does it.
That's
I like it when he
inspired.
does. Which Lisa Nagaib is better? Is it the or is
It's
it
the
just
post-duel.
Is it the throwaway?
It's the
one?
post deal.
It's the
Yeah,
episode.
Lisa Nagaib. AJ Lacasio as Gambit.
It's a very Gambit-heavy pod
Man,
today.
what
I
Thank
liked
goodness.
it.
What
Yeah.
you nominated?
Sure.
That's me. Van. And the last one is a pander from the gods.
It's not. I really thought about it.
It's a great nomination.
The last one
I like this.
Jordy LaForge.
This is great.
I like this.
Shit bullshit.
No.
Yes, it is.
No, you haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it.
Have you seen it?
Yes.
Wait, I did see it. I did
Steve,
see it.
this is a pander. This is a pander.
I saw Transformers 1.
Nah.
By the way,
I like Transformers
We
1.
haven't
I love
talked about Transformers 1.
Really
That was
good.
a great movie.
Really good movie.
Fantastic movie.
It
That
was
was a great
fantastic.
movie.
It is a pander.
Really good.
This is a pander. Brian Tyree Henry as Megatron, who no one has talked about all year for anything.
I'll talk about it now.
Just talking about it.
And Transformers 1.
You and I were just talking about it.
Oh, we did.
Clear out for Transformers
I
1.
loved Transformers 1.
Fantastic film. The
I
last
loved it.
hour was like unbelievable.
That took
Like, sensational.
Oh my God.
Once they leave
Yeah,
the
really
city,
good.
the movie,
Really
It
good.
makes you
kicks
forget
off.
that, like, a lot of this lore, you know it.
They,
Like,
they literally turned Megatron and Optimus into Charles and Magneto from X-Men. Just two like protagonists on the
Two
opposite
Whoa,
side.
if we're gonna be
Two
real,
boyfriends on the opposite side of the
Each
law.
other.
Optimus Prime is fucked up, okay? He's the fucking man.
in that
He was
in that
terrible.
movie?
In that movie.
Why?
His pop, come on, you want to keep the monarchy, you know what I'm saying? Megatron is trying to free your brothers and sisters. You out here just trying to keep the status quo. Fuck Optimus.
But but it always happens. That's how we always look at it like that, and then they always do some fuck shit. Because I'm watching, because we think about Killmonger, but then we don't really talk about what actually happened in the movie. Like Killmonger was the one, and it was cool. Then he burned all the heart-shaped herb.
choked
and
that old
the
lady.
woman. I'm like, we can't fuck with this guy.
No.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Which this is the CIA messaging that they put in the movies. But we can't fuck with this guy.
No
and like
way.
even in Transformers 1, yes, I was more on the side of Megatron, but then he started fucking over people. I was like, God damn, Megatron. All right, so who is it?
Guys, we don't have Timothy Chalamet as Paul Atreides on here. That's weird.
Well, we're saving it for our Hall of Fame podcast.
Okay,
Yes,
so this is what
coming
I'll do
soon.
then. This is
Coming
what I'll
soon.
do.
Duke
Coming soon.
of Arrakis.
So this is what I'll
Remember
do.
that? That was
I'm
the
gonna
best
take
one of the
off
year.
AJ Locascio as Gambit, and I'm gonna go. I gotta give some love to Paul Atreides
Yeah.
in this one.
My
Yeah.
only problem with Paul was a couple times when Timmy was yelling, I really didn't feel the bass.
Do you feel like
No,
if
he had
we
the bass,
sent
which is crazy.
Timmy a Versie in the mail,
Yeah.
it would make
It's
up for the fact
almost
that he
as
didn't
good.
win,
Maybe
win the
better.
Oscar?
Yes,
Yeah.
I do
Yeah.
think
Like,
that.
this is your Dune Oscar.
I'm voting for Timmy.
Guys, Crimson Sky was one of the best episodes of television I've ever seen.
Really good.
Anna
Yeah.
Sawai. Lady Mariko. Anna Sawai.
She was incredible.
I will love you for as long as I breathe.
All that,
You
all
know
that fat
what?
suit for
Timmy.
what?
I gotta be honest with you. I'm gonna vote for my white savior, Timmy Chalamet, Paul Atreides. I know y'all love it when I say that. Leading the brown people to independence.
You're voting for him over the over Stilgar, who's been here.
Stilgar is still the funniest performance
Stilgar's still the
of a
funniest.
generation,
So
bro.
funny.
I would take a whole Stilgar like prequel, bro.
Yeah,
If we
yeah.
had a category for best meme, we could have gone with Stilgar.
That was a great
Best
meme.
Some
meme.
great
No,
memes.
Fujisama.
Some great memes. Oh yeah.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Those-
Man, if you needed a number 2, what would you rather have, Fujisama or Stilgar?
Oh, no.
Fujisama.
Fujisama.
Fujisama for
Easy.
sure, bro.
Yeah.
Fujisama,
Fuji.
she
For
got
sure.
that thing on her too.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
What are we picking? Timmy?
Is it Timmy?
Timmy
Lady
wasn't
Lady
even the
Mariko?
best actor in his own movie, though.
Anna Sawai.
Come on.
Who was better than
I could
Timmy
be
in the
swayed
movie?
to Anna Sawai.
I could
Plaza
definitely be swayed to
as
Anna
Rio?
Sawai.
Anna Sawai.
I'm going in.
All right. Great. Okay, strong showing today from Shogun and the Penguin.
Yeah.
Yes.
love to
Dude
see
fucked once again.
Whoa, whoa,
Some wins. Timmy fucked once again.
Yeah, Timmy properly fucked.
He's got time. He's got a great career ahead of him.
He must be one of the greats. He's gonna compete.
Why? We being real.
Michael
We
Phelps,
being
Bob
real.
Jordan,
Everybody needs to
asshole.
stop acting like Timmy's a fucking Make-A-Wish kid. He's doing just fine. He's doing just fine.
Jesus Christ.
He's thriving.
He's doing his,
Yeah.
I mean, he's doing his thing. He took a couple public L's, you know what I mean? Like, you get up there, you lose. You go to all the award shows.
He handled it
and
with
it's
grace.
Adrian Brody.
He got the SAG.
I think this
He got,
season.
he got the SAG award, dressed in all leather, and then talked about how he was going to be one of the greats.
I just think it's
I think he's doing
a
fine.
good
Yeah, he's
lesson.
doing great.
Timmy put down the do-rag and the Travis Scott mixtapes and shit like
You
that.
didn't like when he was in Paris with the
Yeah,
Raiders
yes,
jacket?
nah, dog. Just act yourself. Just be yourself, bro.
You
That
guys,
was he grew up in New York.
there's trajectories. There's a trajectory that leads Timmy to be the next Leonardo DiCaprio.
Okay.
But then there's a trajectory that leads Timmy to be the next Shia LaBeouf. I'm telling you, he's
He's not
No.
even close
That's
to that.
not a
No.
no. I don't see that for our guy.
Respect Timmy.
I love Timmy.
What in the holes are you talking about?
I love Timmy, but I'm
What
saying
in the peanut butter falcon
I'm
are you
just- I'm
talking
telling
about?
you,
Timmy would be
I
great in a
love
Transformers movie.
Timothy Chalamet.
Timmy
but
would
every-
never
Timmy
rent out a
Transformers
theater in
would-
New York to
when
watch his
every-
own movies.
When every song,
Just
whenever
what he would do
someone
it to watch
is
the Knicks.
camming it
Kid
up
Keller, kid
and going crazy, and I'm the super cool and all of that, it bothers me.
He's a 29-year-old kid from Brooklyn, man.
All right, they.
Like
Thriving.
29, it's a fucking 30-year-old man. But it's like shout out to Timmy, man. I love Timmy. I love Timmy. It's just,
But he's no Anna Sawai, and I think we can
No,
all
that's
agree.
why.
Okay,
He's
the
not.
Versies, yay! Thank you to our Versies Academy. Thank you to everybody for your categories, for your votes, for the thoughtful discourse about a number of important topics and ideas. Thank you to our wonderful Versies team running the production today. We know it's hard to do an award show broadcast. Thank you to Arjuna. Woo! Thank you to Aleya. Woo! Thank you to Kerm. Woo! Chuck, take it away.
The Versies were a success. Shout out to the writers and the mob. And once again, an award show had Dune 2 robbed.